Good morning, beautiful people of the internet. Welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel if you're new here. Hi, hello. I'm Marilee, and today's video is a little different because there's a lot more happening in my background because I'm in a slightly different location, but I'm still in my room. I am packing because I'm going on vacation starting today in a couple of hours. And of course, I'm last minute packing. And of course, I am last minute filming a video that needs to go up before I leave today. Yeah. But I figured I'd multitask, which means the microphone quality might not be as great and amazing because I'll be moving around. Usually I have the mic here, which is where it sounds its best, but if I don't use a mic, then you'll hear all the traffic coming out from my window, but I figured this was better. So yeah, I'm going to pack, and then we're also going to be talking a little bit about modesty, my opinions on it right now, and where I've come from and where I am now. This is the book bag that we are going to be trying to fit everything in. And you can't see, but there's a couple things, so we'll see. Alright, I want to talk about modesty a little bit, not a lot, only as long as I am able to multitask and pack. Also, my clothes go into plastic bags into my book bag to keep things organized. So I think that in the season of summer that it's really important to talk about modesty because this is one of those seasons where I feel everyone is very tempted to wear less and go out more, or because it's hot, like it's hard to wear. I don't want to say hard, it's maybe harder to wear things that are covering up, which I completely understand with and relate to. It gets hot, okay? We just got over a heat wave in PA, so trust me when I say that I know that it's hot, and it's harder in the summertime to dress in a way that is not so revealing or exposing, especially because everything that is in stores during the summertime is usually more revealing. That is unfortunately just the style or the trend that is today, especially for women, but it doesn't discount men either. Like, men are also held to a degree of modesty that they sometimes, it can be hard for them to find clothes that are modest or that are, glorifying to God. And that's what I really want to talk about, is that modesty isn't meant to, make others look, how do I say this? I think that there is this rep that modesty gets, that it's about being ashamed of your body, or that, I think a lot of people think modesty is about shame, that it's about covering because you're embarrassed or because you would be such a sinful person otherwise, which isn't necessarily wrong, but I think that that's not the beauty and the real glory that modesty should have. I think that modesty looks very different for people in different walks in the different times of their walk with the Lord. And I also think that modesty it's more of a shield and a torch. And I say that it's a shield because modesty is meant to protect you from, it's meant to protect in general, it's meant to protect you from the unwanted lurking eyes and evil hearts of others. But also, modesty protects others from falling into sin. For example, and I completely agree with this, hypothetically, let's just say that there's a man who is struggling with sexual temptation or porn or whatever it is, and he's going to church on Sunday, and That's supposed to be his safe place, but when he looks around, the women there are wearing low-cut shirts or really high skinny jeans, don't you think that wearing those things, while you may feel comfortable in them, you have to take into consideration that if other people are going to see you, you could lead others into sin by the way that you dress. And, from a worldly point of view, if you have a worldly point of view, you might go, well, that's not my problem, or they should have more self-control. But biblically, that's not an okay mindset to have. Paul, in his teachings, especially in 1 Corinthians, talks a lot about not letting other people trip and not being the stumbling block for other people. And I feel that the way we dress is way more important, not just for ourselves, but for others than we realize. Here's bag number 1. And so yeah, modesty can 100% be a shield of protection, but modesty is also a torch, and I say that it's a torch because modesty glorifies God. And we as humans are meant to be glorifying God through absolutely everything that we do. Through what we eat, what we wear, what we listen to, through what we do and say and think. Though it is hard and it's not easy, and I don't think that anyone is perfect at it, we are to be glorifying God through absolutely everything we do. And how we dress is included in that absolutely everything that we do. Now, again, modesty is not a one-size-fits-all, and modesty does not look the same for everyone. And why is that? Because not everyone has the same convictions. Okay? For me, personally, I come from being someone, and I guess you could say I still am this person, which is why modesty has become more important to me, is that I'm not the... Alright, let's be real and authentic for a second. I am not the curviest girl. I'm not the tallest girl. I wouldn't say that I'm or at least from my older perspective, I never really thought I was the prettiest girl. And so I used to compensate for that by dressing in a way that drew attention. Whether it was revealing, whether it was loud, whether it was just, revealing or loud, whatever it was, or always making sure that I looked good, because I felt I needed to compensate for what I felt like I lacked. Now, I don't necessarily have that same point of view, but that's definitely where my mind was before. And honestly, I never really thought about it that way. But when I, came to God, I started reading my Bible, I started watching more sermons, I started following people on YouTube and TikTok who are women of God, I became more convicted about modesty. I felt differently about my wardrobe. I felt differently about what I wanted to wear and what I didn't want to wear. And I felt convicted about wearing things that drew attention to my body and things that were loud in the sense that it was just calling for attention, And so for me and my body and my journey with modesty, for me, being modest means not wearing short shorts, means not wearing tight dresses, means not having cleavage out. And this changed the more and more I got closer to God. At first it was, okay, I don't want to wear short shorts, and then it became, I don't want to wear tight dresses, and then it became, I don't want to wear short skirts that I used to wear a lot. My modesty journey and what I did and did not feel comfortable wearing changed. And being in comfort is something that I really want to highlight here. I felt like, at least for me, and I think a lot of people could agree with this, is conviction / what you do and do not feel comfortable wearing was how I could tell what God was speaking to me. Because I've never felt convicted about wearing bodycon dresses, but then I became uncomfortable in them. Not ashamed, because shame is not from the Lord. Make that very clear. Shame is not from the Lord, you guys. Guilt, yes. Guilt shows that you care. Shame is from the devil, so those are very different things. God is not ever, I believe I can say that confidently and biblically, that God is not ever going to shame you. Versus, is he going to convict you? Is he going to make you feel guilt? Is he going to make you, feel that heaviness of, oh man, I did something wrong? Yes, that's not shame. Because shame makes you run away from the Lord, versus guilt makes you want to do better for the Lord. So anyways, I would feel guilt about wearing certain things, and I would just not want to wear them anymore. And that's how I knew what God was correcting me on or steering me away from. My book bag is very it's very voluptuous. Yeah, I've got more things I need to pack, but I need to wrap this video up so I can actually get going. The point of today's video is not to bring shame. I'm not trying to shame absolutely anyone. If there's anything in this video that makes you feel shame, I promise that it was A, not my intention, and B, not God's intention. I just want to encourage people to really consider that everything that you do is supposed to glorify the Lord, and that if there's something that you do currently that doesn't, and that you feel like maybe it doesn't, that I want you to really look at it in your life, and I really want you to examine it. I know that it's summertime and that it's really easy to fall, into, oh, it's too hot to wear this, or oh, everyone's doing it is a really big excuse, but we are called to be different from the world. We are called to be just like, people are supposed to be able to look at you and be like, man, that person is not like everyone else. I wonder what they're doing different, and what you're doing different is being a child of God and glorifying God through absolutely everything that you do. So, yeah, do that. Because God deserves it. He deserves it so much more than any of us ever know. Allow God to guide your heart, and allow Him to show you what it is and where He wants you to be. If that makes any sense. I hope that you guys have a blessed and beautiful rest of your day. Enjoy all of the sunshine in the entire world that God has provided. That didn't really make sense, but it's okay. I love you all so much, and have a great rest of your day. God loves you. No, I love you, and God loves you so much more.